Hello. Welcome. This is Tea with the Druid. I'm Philip Cargom, and this is brought to you by the Order of Bards, Ovates, and Druids. And it's lovely to be with you. And I can see everybody piling into the forest clearing from West Yorkshire and Nuremberg and South Wales and Portugal and Michigan and Florida and Missouri and Wilmington just up the road, or maybe it's Wilmington in the States, I don't know, British Columbia, North Germany, Sweden, Glastonbury, Pender Island, Denmark, windy London, Poland, fantastic, Aragon, Maine, USA, Sweden again, United States, Ohio, Finland, fantastic, Moray Coast. Lovely to see everybody gradually arriving in the forest clearing. And, you know, we always like to imagine that we're arriving together in the forest clearing, and already there's a big crowd. There's 215 of us, all finding comfy logs to sit on and warming our hands by the fire and welcoming old friends and new friends. And it's great to be with you. So many things to talk about today. I just want to mention the lovely Maria Eade Weaving, who's been my PA for years and who is just such a wonderful, wonderful person, has written a book, and it's called The Essential Book of Druidry: Connect with the Spirit of Nature. And it's a lovely book. It's beautifully illustrated. It's beautifully written. It's clear. It gives you a fantastic overview. It's a perfect present. It's a sort of book that either you can read for your own pleasure, or you give to a friend or worried relative who's worried about what is this Druid business you're getting into. Just really lovely. And there's a link on the sort of YouTube descriptions and everything, and I'll give a link here for where you can get it. And I'm going to interview Maria on Tea with the Druid one of these days. I've been threatening to do this for ages, and now I can actually do it. So I think you'll love that. And I want to tell you about I'm doing a course that's starting in beginning of October for 7 weeks. It's a deep dive into Druidry, the place where myth, magic, and psychology meet, really. And Druidry is a wonderful way of gathering these strands and gathering insights from psychology, from Druidry, from tradition, and I want it to be an experiential journey where we really go deep. And so I've just put a link, I think, yes I have. It's for the Shift Network, and if you click on that link, that'll tell you all about it. So okay, and Pascal says she's signed up for it. Oh, that's fantastic. Hurrah. I look forward to seeing you. What's great about this particular course is we're going to have lots of interaction together. It's done on Zoom, and, you know, every week we'll have at least half an hour of interaction and dialogue, and then there's going to be talking and sharing and meditation and breakout rooms and all that sort of stuff. So it'll be really experiential. Okay, so now I have a special guest who's in the green room. I can appropriately named for our guest, because our guest is Emma Fitchett, who has a wonderful website which I will give you. Again, it's on the descriptions that are on the YouTube and Facebook, whatever they're called, things, announcements or pages or links for these things. But I'll give it to you again here. That's plant. Oh God, sorry. I've dimmed my screen so you don't see the reflection on my glasses. It means I'm blundering around in the dark here. So let me. That was Maria's one. Let me give you. That's it. Emma Fitchett, formerly known as Emma Farrell, in case you know her from in that incarnation. And it's plantconsciousness.com, so it's a very easy website to remember. So now at the touch of a button, I can drag poor Emma, hopefully not kicking and screaming, into the studio, and there she is. Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. And Emma, we met years ago. You did that wonderful Shamanic Lands conference, didn't you?
Oh gosh, that was many moons ago. Yeah, wow.
That was fantastic. And I actually met you before that as well. And then you wrote a wonderful book called Journeys in with Plant Spirits.
Yeah.
It's got a longer title, doesn't it?
It does. It's Journeys with Plant Spirits, plant consciousness healing and natural magic practices.
Ooh.
So yeah, and you actually wrote a testimonial for it.
I did.
That's on the back cover.
Yes, indeed. It's a great book. And so if people go onto your website, they'll find it through that, won't they? Yeah. So lovely. So what tell me what you've been up to these days.
Oh, lots and lots of things. Yeah. Well, recently the last thing I've done is I run plant diets, plant initiations. So I just had a group of people to my school, and we did a 3-day dive into the spirit of the apple tree, which I know is really sacred to the Druids. I've trained in, Celtic tradition myself, and so it was really beautiful. We just spent 3 days exploring and communing with and being with the apple tree spirit, and it was just so beautiful, like really surprising, actually, way more magical than I thought it was going to be.
Were you in sort of the land of the apple, Somerset, or in?
Yeah, I live about 40 minutes from Glastonbury, so I'm still kind of in Avalon, the Isle of Apples, and we have an orchard here, so we spent a lot of time in the orchard with the trees there. So yeah.
And when you say plant diet, did you just eat apples and drink apple blossom tea for 3 days or something like that?
Kind of, yeah. But what we did is we all mixed together what I call an elixir. So I had apple blossom, and I made a strong decoction of that, and then I had some apple juice from the Chalicewell orchard in Glastonbury, and then some of my apple tree essence, and we biodynamically mixed it for an hour, putting all of our prayers and love and gratitude to the tree spirit into it, and for life, and all our blessings, and then we drank that for 3 days, and worked with that elixir to really embody the spirit of the plant, to see how it heals us, how it kind of works through our dreams, how it appears to us in shamanic kind of journeys, and to get to know it. So yeah, it was really beautiful.
How lovely, how lovely. And of course, it's what it's doing is really working with the plant spirit in the most sort of embodied way, by actually, it always strikes me that Christianity has a particular what's the word, benefit or US, I don't know, that'd be awful to say USP, wouldn't it? A particular feature that is so magical and powerful, which is the fact that at the height of the key ritual in this particular religion, you ingest something. You sort of walk up to the altar and you receive something which you swallow, which is extraordinary, really. And so actually taking in the plant meditatively and magically, and so must be very powerful indeed.
Yeah, it is. And when you're working in a group as well, in person, in sacred space, that amplifies the experience. When you are all focused on that and giving and approaching the tree spirit with this sense of reverence, with this sense of sacredness, then you just, it's like when you go to a stone circle, you can step in with your camera, take a photo, and then leave. It's the same with, you can go up to an apple tree, take an apple, eat it, and that satisfies your hunger, and that's great. But step into that stone circle and ask permission first, and step in with the intention to honor the ancestors of that place, and you'll have a completely different experience. And it's the same with plant spirits. You step in with that, into that sacred space with them.
And the focus on it, because I did a day's workshop with you on mugwort, didn't it?
Yes. Oh my gosh. No, wow. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. And it was incredibly powerful, because we basically spent the day you would give little talks about mugwort. We'd drink mugwort tea meditatively, and then go into a meditation, and then you'd say a little bit more, and then we'd take an elixir of mugwort, and then
And I gave you a smoke initiation. Can you remember?
there's a bit of smoking going on, and and then some wonderful breathing. You had some great music that you tied in with it, and we did lots of breathing. I remember at the end of that being totally taken by it and thinking, this is just tremendous. And yeah.
And did you meet the spirit of mugwort in that?
I did. Yes. The breath, you used a particular technique, green
Breath, we call it. And so it's a type of breath work. So it's a circular breathing. Yeah.
Circular breathing, where you keep encouraging the person to breathe. It's the kind of breath work that we do. I'm involved in a thing called the ASA program, where we work with different trees through the months to do with psychedelic integration work, and we use breath work in that as well. And so I'm aware of how powerful it is. And yes, it was a fantastic day.
Yeah, I mean, getting into those slightly altered states with plants is a really great way to journey even deeper with them, and to embody them. So yeah, it's and just what a luxury and a privilege to just spend like a whole day or 2 or 3 days just with one plant or tree. It's beautiful to be able to set aside that amount of time, and to do that is a blessing, I think.
Exactly, and often I think that one of the values of these sort of nature ways that Druidry works with, and that you work with in your work, is that we suggest ways of working that at one level are kind of obvious. You think, yes, spend a whole day with one plant and eat it and drink it, and if necessary smoke it, and do all the but really focus on it for a day. But we need lots of encouragement to do that. We need people to guide us, and we need the encouragement and the suggestion and the time, and setting aside the time and all the rest of it. And that ingredient that you mentioned, which is the group dynamic, is when you bring a group of people together, some magic occurs. Sort of all of our, or sometimes I imagine all of our auras coming together in a sort of mandala shape. Yeah.
Well, you create a group soul, don't you? When you do a lot of work together, and especially psychic work and kind of healing work in a group for a set period of time, you create this group soul together. And it can be, and of course you're with the plant, so that's including the plant as well. So and we all sharing is a really big part of it, because it can be quite difficult operating in those psychic realms, and so kind of people aren't sure whether they're making it up or and so sharing really helps to validate our experiences. And
that's right. And in fact that process of sort of coming together and the sharing that occurs, what I've found is that working online can do that as well, which is why I love doing online courses, and why I'm going to be doing that one with the Shift Network, and also why I love Tea with the Druid, because we've got 359 people in the forest clearing, and although we're physically scattered around the world, something has brought us together, and there's a kind of resonance that's happening. And what I'm going to do now is invite those of you who are listening and participating just to tune in for a moment and just open yourself to a color that comes to you, or a plant. It could be a plant that immediately sort of comes to mind, or a color that just resonates with where you are at the moment, how you're feeling. Just take a few seconds just to drop into the space and feel it. And then if you're up for it, just come out of that and just type in, and we've got, and let's see what we've got here. Red apple, and magenta. That's lovely. Orange rose, dandelion, violet, oak, yellow daffodils, red roses, plum, rowan, red, purple, purple apple, cowslip, orange and lavender, moss, dark green, beetroot juice, daisy, green oak, green daffodil, red rose, it's going so fast, spearmint green, purple and yarrow, damson, navy blue, deep ocean, red rowan berries, vervain, orange gold marigold, honesty, blue forget-me-not, dandelion, sweet pea mauve, white hawthorn flowers, balsam, blackberries, lilac, yellow sunflowers, wild yellow crabapple, tiny sort, yellow limelight hydrangea, silver lamb's ear, pink rose. Sounds like a beautiful incantation, somebody's saying. Yes, exactly. In Dutch, rozenbotter, apple and rowan tree, orange and yellow, violet purple rose, cornflower blue, pumpkin orange, honeysuckle yellow, hawthorn berries, wood anemone. This is lovely. Very, very deep orange, sage. Isn't that fantastic? And we can just feel all these colors. And if we could see our auras, if we could all be sitting in the circle together and sensing our auras, we could see the colors changing, couldn't we, as we focused on these things, or as these plants and colors came to mind, we'd see our auras changing. And lily of the valley, purple, green daisy, daffodils, wild red rose. Lovely, lovely. Thank you, everybody. That's just fantastic. So Emma, you've got a meditation for us, haven't you? Would you like to introduce it and then drop into it?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So I thought I'd like to share a really beautiful and simple meditation that combines my kind of studies and practice of Buddhism with plants. And it's a meditation that you can take away with you to work with any plant or tree, or even if you take a medicine or an essence or a tincture or a tea of a plant. Or if you sit outside under your favorite tree in your garden, you can do this meditation just to connect to the tree or the plant and find your unique connection to it. So this is what I really love doing, is finding what is my unique and it acts like a telephone line to the spirit of the plant. So that when you find your own resonance, or it might be an image that comes to you, when you find that connection, you can bring to mind, when you're not sat any longer under your tree or taking that tea, you can call to mind that frequency, that resonance, that feeling that you've got that unique connection, and then you're with your plant ally. They're with you. They can come through on that particular frequency. So it's really beautiful, and that, because we all have those times when we need some support, and we need to feel that we're held, and we're all going through difficult times, So yeah, I hope it can bring some interest to people as well. So yeah, we start off by just kind of sinking into our space. So if everybody wants to close their eyes and just get comfy, and just exhale a couple of times, and just relax your shoulders and your jaw and your stomach, and sink into your seat, and just bring to mind a point of stillness inside you. It might be somewhere in your body, it might be in your mind, but amongst all the movement of your body, of your heart and your breath, you'll find stillness. Just allow your awareness to rest on that stillness. And then you'll notice within stillness, there's silence. Just allow your mind to recognize the silence within the stillness. Silence within the noises around you. Just allow that to calm your mind as you rest on silence. And then just notice how spacious that feels. Stillness and silence is vast. So it feels very spacious. And this brings us to a natural state of the mind. Like a wide open sky. And then just drop your awareness down into your heart. It's through our heart that we communicate with plants and trees and nature. So just bring to mind something that you're grateful for. Something that brings you an inner smile. Your pet, a loved one, a place in nature, something that you're truly grateful for. And that brings us nicely into our heart. And now bring to mind a plant or tree that you'd like to connect with. That you'd like a deeper connection with. And through your intention, just align your energy field with the plant or tree. Just through a simple command. We are the masters of our energy fields. And then just imagine yourself next to that plant or tree, leaning against it, or touching it, or tasting it, or smelling it. And then just allow yourself to merge with it. So if you're imagining yourself leaning against a tree, then just move backwards into the trunk. If you're imagining smelling a rose, just move forwards into the rose. Or into your plant. Just allow yourself to merge. Just allow the colors to flow. The memories to flood back, the dreams, the emotions to arise, and just notice what they are. And you should notice a certain resonance in your energy field, or a certain feeling that you've got. It might be a fluttering in your heart. One of your chakras might feel a little bit more stronger, activated. You might feel more rooted into the earth. But there'll be a certain feeling that your chosen plant is evoking in you. Just allow yourself to explore that. If nothing's coming to mind, you're not noticing anything, just come back to being the plant, allowing yourself to merge with its colors, soaking in all of its frequencies. For the really sensitive ones, you might notice a particular change in your energy field, a particular vibration, a wave-like feeling. And when you're ready, give gratitude to your plant and come back into your body. And just open your eyes, looking down before you look back at the screen.
Thank you so much, Emma. That was absolutely lovely. That was very deep and strong. Thank you.
Which plant did you merge with?
There's a beautiful tree just outside my office window here, and this evening or this afternoon, when it was still light, it said hello to me. I was just looking, and there was this lovely flutter, and it's particularly full of seeds at the moment, and it was waving, and it was like it was waving, and I just suddenly felt this such love for that tree. And there's something about being able to look out of your window and see, and it's a fir tree, and it's just lovely. Anyway, so I was very nearby. I could just move a few feet over in that direction and merge with the tree. It was very nice.
Beautiful. There's some really nice comments coming in as well.
Yes.
So yeah, this is a great meditation to take to work with any plant or tree. It's a really nice place to start your kind of communication and kind of connection to the spirit.
Exactly, and of course it's the sort of meditation that in various forms Druids do, and this is a lovely variant of this, and beautiful, and people following the Druid way will feel very at ease and comfortable with that way of working, and thank you so much, Emma, for guiding us in that. Yes, and lots of lovely. I'm just going to see if I can grab one. That was wonderful. I worked with nettle and definitely felt the shift towards resilience that the nettle has. Yes, it does things so quickly. Same with the birch tree, swaying in the wind. I saw a tree very clearly, but couldn't remember a feeling of bravery and red, and it was the alder. Yes, lovely.
Oh, yeah.
So you know what I do, Emma, because so many comments come in. You can never read them in the time we have. Is that if you keep when we say goodbye, keep the screen up for yourself, and then you can scroll through all the comments.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I will do that.
Yeah. So thank you so much. It's been lovely. You must come again.
I'd love to. I'd love to. Yeah. Thank you for inviting me.
It's a pleasure. And you've got all sorts of interesting courses on your website. So do have a look at Emma's website. It's on the description of the YouTube program and the Facebook program as well. You'll see the link. It's just plantconsciousness.com. So many blessings. Thank you so much. And thank you, Emma, and thank you to everybody for being here today. And I very much look forward to being with you again next week. And thank you, all of those of you who are watching on the recording as well. It's great to have you here too. So, okay, lots of love and bye.
Thank you. Bye.